you can just crush the skull, partial birth abortion, which y'all former president, vice president, whatever that, dummy Hillary that allowed that, and Bill is one. They didn't sign that bill. Y'all remember that? Are y'all familiar? Why y'all so quiet in here?
No, I'm not
acting like you scared. We talking about AI, but we get sold what I call wag the dog. And the liberals are always
they are always going
kissing the left
ass
at the same time, duking us by wagging the dog.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't say nothing today. And I wasn't, I stay up there. Y'all ain't said nothing today. Yesterday and today, y'all president then gave a few more billions
to Ukraine
and y'all ain't blink your eye. And why we didn't take that money and rebuild communities here at home, and why we didn't take that money and build the education system here at home, and why we didn't take that money and build the hospitals for the seniors, but y'all give that money to Ukraine. Who is that just came in without knocking? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
This Negro right here.
He wait to see where I'm gonna go before he come in. Let some slick pimp with.
I didn't say nothing. I'm over here listening.
Yeah, well, let me finish here and stay there listening. No.
I'm gonna speak my voice. Go ahead and handle it real quick.
Okay. We get wagged the dog. What they do is they create another situation to take your attention off of this situation. And you black people have been crying for reformation. Now, spontaneous and fainted. Is it sugar down?
No, she'll be back. I think it's this technical difficulty on her side. So she'll be
do
back.
We need AI?
See?
She ought to have artificial intelligence to tell her.
Y'all wild.
Come back. Now, here's my thing, though. Don't let AI become a subject and a topic because the media is running a topic on that. It's the wag the dog. And people, listen to me. This is why you need to support Patreon and support this show rather in the trenches, because we give out information that you're not getting because you don't even read the newspaper anyway. Okay? You don't even read it. And you don't read it. Now, I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to give you some information. Okay? I'm going to give you some information. Since y'all call yourself the woke generation. Okay, you woke generation.
Mm-hmm.
This is an election year. Okay, they're gonna do everything to take your attention off it. AI is being ran in the news all day. AI changing diapers. AI smoking weed. AI cooking chicken. A China machine and the Chinese. And AI.
I can't wait to see how that affects people's jobs.
Listen, they ain't too kind in these restaurants anyway. So I'd rather go let a robot hand me something to eat if I would do it than some of these people. Now, so we need to focus on America is sharp at wagging the dog. That means they'll make you look over here while they're over here.
I just say that it's like a magician.
No, it's a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
And we buy it.
I mean, that's what America is, capitalism. And then it's taking advantage of AI is capitalism.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, businesses have got a hold on to this. They're looking at AI as an opportunity to reduce costs, especially on employee expenses or salary. And they're like, we don't have to worry about offering training or modules or policy. We can just script it and pretty much write it out and have it pretty much everything automated. And that's what they're looking at. There's a lot of disadvantage of this because there's no human personalities, creativity, critical thinking, and all that.
What you need a human for doing? What you need a human to go pick up a bagel from Whataburger?
But that's the issue though, because humans have to create humans have to create the script for AI. If there wasn't no human hands on this.
There you go.
So let's say something goes wrong with AI and there's no human pretty much interaction, that's just going to go south. But what they're looking at is more the money aspect. The more that they can script and pretty much reduce costs, they're going to go for it. That's why a lot of schools are not hopping on to right now. Because let's not lie, they're trying to reduce paying teachers, even though I will say, just send me how they're going to pay teachers more. But as soon as they get an opportunity to reduce costs, oh, they're going to pretty much bank on that every time. And as well as the rest of the businesses in America, because we are strongly pushed on capitalism. And so this is like the new challenge that we face today. Of course, like we are going further away from personal interaction using critical thinking skills, and it's hurting especially our kids because they're becoming more antisocial. But the system doesn't give a damn about that, which is unfortunate, and it's hurting us long term.
You know, I have to I totally agree with what you're saying, because today at one of my appointments, right, I spoke to I'll call her a young lady, but she's not young for as age wise, 65 years old, right? And an Asian woman. And what really got to me, not in a bad way, but surprisingly, it was an agreement that she was saying kids nowadays have no in her words, no purpose. And at the same time, she was even speaking about the black
Y'all.
community.
I know that was
And she was saying she noticed it, and in the black community, there's no purpose. So if you don't have no purpose, and then you kick an AI in here, and then you have no social skills, then and she's even stated how our education system is very bad compared to the Asian culture in their education.
Trash.
And those, when living overseas in Europe, the education system that's designed and set up there is way better. That's the nigga side of me saying way better, but it's better than the education system here in the States. And people do not see, why is it that we're starting to see more people from other countries that are in the STEM program, that are doctors, also they're in the medical field. We don't see our own. We don't see the other kids because they're focused on stupid shit like football, basketball. That should be your second plan, not your first plan. You know, and I agree with that.
So why don't you
It's
address
just
the
sad.
issue that Chris just stated? And prior to him getting on there, me, you, and Spontaneous kind of was entertaining that. I'm not for or against, because we got to learn to go with the flow. But I'm gonna tell you something. As a business person, and which on here us tonight, we're business owners, we're business consultants, and we work. Some, you get it?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, AI has become very convenient and user friendly. Let me handle it, Doc. Before you go, no.
I agree. It's
When
it's
the last time
friendly
you
and
talked to somebody on the phone, you can
it's-
order a Whataburger, you can order a sausage sandwich, and you ain't got to see nobody. I don't need to see them. And if I'm a business owner, and I got a McDonald's, I got that AI pumping that burger out, those nasty hamburger.
Now, I agree.
Let me work. Let me do my work.
I think there should be.
Spontaneous, tell the man, let me do my work.
I think there should be a limit, because
limit for what?
Because after a while, when this stuff becomes so convenient, that's why the United States is so fucked up compared to the other countries.
I can tell you about cussing. They told us quick. If AI is ugly and nasty, all right, which we're not saying that, AI is good. I got under the bottom here. You see these files? I'm gonna have them all wiped out tonight and finished. There's a whole stack here and over here. Guess who's gonna help me do all this tonight? And I gotta have this done before tomorrow. I don't have nobody gonna sit here. I could at the desk and mirror me. But AI gonna help me reduce a whole week of work into 3 hours.
And I got that.
And guess what? I save money. I'm gonna save time. And not only that, ain't gonna hurt my worker. They getting paid. Wait a minute. So I think what you want to say, Chris, spontaneous. This first time we ever gonna do this, probably the last. We got Joshim on the witness stand. So you want to keep seeing people. I don't even go to this burger place. I wish I could get me a little hamburger, Whataburger, Chick-fil-A sandwich and stuff. You know, you don't like some of them. You talked about they don't have social skill. Well,
Yeah, they sure don't.
Yeah, well, that's all right. It ain't.
No,
I don't
no.
know if y'all can
Wait,
see this, but
it ain't
let me see if
paying
this
no
gonna
money.
zoom in.
Read it, man. Read it. I've been waiting on.
I'm trying to plan it. You're gonna have to probably share it. I'm gonna try to
No,
send a link to you.
read. Just read, nigga. Read.
Matter of fact, I can read, but they need a visual, actual
Hello,
presentation.
Antonio.
So I'm gonna
Good
send
to
you. I'm gonna
see
send you a
you.
link. But as I look through, like you have countries that are ranked number 1 as Sweden, number 2 Finland, Denmark, Germany,
That's what we
Canada,
need
United
on here.
Kingdom, and then we have Norway. Keep in mind, I have yet to get to the United States. Japan, Switzerland, Netherlands, Australia. I have yet to get to the United States. Belgium, Australia, France, New Zealand, and finally number 16, United States. I'm gonna send you a link so you can show. And we are so pressed to take, because I understand the business point of like the convenience and the save expense on a business size, but as society and
That's
using
what I'm
our
talking
damn
about.
brains,
That's what I'm talking
Then on
about.
top of that, if you really want to be honest, it takes creativity from a human person to invent these things. So we're going to make our generation. No. Let me finish.
That's
so
the
you want
problem
our
that I
future
have with
generation
AI.
to depend so much on AI that they start lacking in creativity, thinking outside the
Thank
box.
you.
That's going to
That is
slow
what-
down
that's
our
exactly
actual progression that we're
I have
looking
a
for.
question for
We're
you,
so
sir.
used to this generation of convenience, being lazy, and actually having actual problem solving skills, that this has become a new norm and it's being advertised. And of course, it's going to be resistance because the money's being pushed on AI right now. But I want people to start looking at the bigger picture. Of course, AI is more convenience. But if you want to actually continue to progress as a human society, we need to make our actual future leaders and kids actual learn instead of being so hurt on convenience, because it's going to hurt us in the long term.
And that's the convenience that I'm speaking about. I get the business side, but when it's to the point like what you said, Chris, when the kids cannot think for themselves, when the kids have a machine thinking,
and I see this every day in the classroom. You know, I'm in the classroom. When it comes to creativity, they get stuck. I have kids right now that act like they throw tantrum and they act like they can't read. These are high schoolers. The people we're supposed to be sending to the universities. They don't want to put no kind of effort. And you want to continue to press this and have other countries laugh at us. I know we hitting the spot on because we actually
let's back up a few years. Because artificial intelligence has advanced so fast, it has become spooky to some people. Watch this. Nobody said nothing when they got rid of the key map, the orange books that you used to have to. I know. But let me make the point. When last time you picked up one? Because we got you on the stand. When last time you picked up a key map? You ain't picked up one.
Okay, I have a nice counter for that.
Siri,
yes, I
where's
do approve
49,
Here's real quick now.
That.
I approve of technology that helps advance our own skills.
Hello,
but our problem is the inconvenience of not creativity thinking.
Well, Siri, how do you get to the holes on this and that?
You know what? And Siri ain't gonna be able to help you if it loses power. If that cell phone goes dead, you're gonna be screwed.
What I'm saying is AI didn't show up yesterday. It came in a soft form and it landed.
True. Oh, here you go.
There he is.
Now,
this is let me say this for the big dog, the big money. I may have to ask for some money since you came on here, but let me say one question. And Antonio, you can piggyback on this. See what has happened. Negroes has done this. The dominant culture. Hear this out. The dominant culture is maximizing and getting dirt rich on AI. The Negro is still scared, is still afraid of putting it into our community because we worrying about somebody losing a job working at McDonald's that they don't really like, and they only doing it because their mama won't let them stay in their house without working. All right. Now, let me make another point. Antonio, I'm gonna need you to help me. And the second reason is this. Why did we stop talking about this? We ain't talked about no more. This black girl, 9 years old, created the first NFT and made $10 million. That's artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But it took her mind beforehand to make that. I'm not putting.
No. What I'm saying.
No. Listen,
Chris,
I approve of
know
technology.
We put everything in the chip to make AI do what it do. Mm-hmm. We can put a chip in anything, and they got them in you, making you do what you want to do.
The hell to the fucking no.
When you went and took that shot.
You talking about social constructs and all that? You want to go there? Nope, I'm a rebel.
AI got popular when y'all took that COVID shot. They stuck something in you. You artificial intelligence. You should have died from the COVID, but you didn't.
That and they use regulations and pretty much enforcement.
No. Did you get the COVID shot?
Nah.
Don't lie to us. This is the courts.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Spontaneous?
Yep, I got it.
Joshine?
Yeah.
You under the care of them white folks, so they're gonna make you do it.
Let's let Antonio talk, because artificial intelligence has to be either we're gonna date it or we're gonna marry it. And if you want my opinion, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do artificial intelligence like Elizabeth Taylor tell all her husbands. I ain't gonna keep you long.
See, my biggest issue, and I think it is this. It's like Antonio, and I'm using for example. Okay, he uses technology, but he doesn't depend upon technology because he still uses his own brain.
That's what I'm talking about. He can think for himself. You take advantage of it, but you can feel something on your own.
You know. So that is what I'm saying. He still uses his creativity. He still uses AI. He has a balance. But the kids nowadays, they more technology and less creative, independent.
And that's my issue. And I see in the school systems.
It ain't my issue. It ain't my issue.
Not but it's our future leaders, because these students in high school don't want to do anything. They're lazy.
The world is going to technology. I don't want to make it. And Antonio is a preacher too. But let me tell you something. Go pull your beautiful Bible out or pull it on your phone and pull up, I think, quote me, help me, Chris, because you're good at Googleation. Acts chapter 17, verse 6 and 8 say, these are they that has turned the world upside down, and they come here to do the same damn thing. Now, pull that up, Acts chapter 17, verse 6. You have to understand something, okay? Quit worrying about AI, because the children ain't learning AI in school. They ain't learning SHIT.
Beat bullshit.
And
they're using AI to pretty much they're using AI to pass the class.
The dominant cultures are doing it.
And they're losing their own creative thinking.
Chris, you understand that I understand are not popular anymore. I talked to a friend of mine. Her daughter got the whole point.
12. I understand the use of technology. It's your own brain I have an issue with, because you're letting this become weaker. That's what I'm pointing out. Because I'm using technology now.
I know, Chris. Listen to something. And we need to think about this. Okay, we put everything in it, but remember what the scientists say, which is to me not just science, but it's biblical.
Mm-hmm.
We have the capacity in our brains to be more creative on a level far beyond. But the Lord, or we just don't use but a very small percentage. You don't find geniuses overnight. Stephen Hawking, the scientist, was a brilliant man. But imagine if he would have tapped into all the capacity. What I believe, anything that helps and minimize expense on certain things, I'm for it. Now, literally, this ain't no sales pitch. I was out in the deep sea today. and we were just trolling. I wanted something to drink, a little juice to give me energy. I'm in the line already drinking, and I whipped out some cash. And this is my industry. And the man said, "Sir, I'm sorry, we don't take cash." Good thing I had my wallet. Now, we got to accept technology. Listen, you don't know. Let me explain something to you. It's less riskier nowadays when you go in and they pull your heart out and put it on a table and operate on it. When they do it laparoscopic, robots. Our kids need to understand to use the technology to become more creative, and if they don't use all their brain, because the dope gonna eat it up anyway. I'm for AI, and I don't care if it displaces employees and all that, because a businessman is in business to make some money.
And I don't disagree with what you're saying as far as using.
I want to hear Antonio.
I have a disagreement.
Antonio,
the individual is no longer can think for themselves, no longer have any creativity, and that's why we need Antonio.
Well, none of this really exists without creativity. Man, let Antonio speak. Let Antonio speak. Let Antonio speak. Let Antonio speak.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm in before the pandemic happened. I start changing my company, and what I started doing was I got rid of all my subscriptions. And then when Chris was filming for me in 2020 during the height of the pandemic in Houston, I had everybody coming Wednesdays, and I told everybody I'm about to take the greatest risk ever. And I didn't tell nobody what it was. Well, I've been a programmer since 2012 in artificial intelligence. So I saw the boom coming, not like this. Nobody saw it this way. But I just sent Tyrell something. I don't know if he can share it, but I'm going to say something. And I don't know where I'm going to go with this conversation, but I'm not in education no more. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I 100% agree with Baker. I'm a capitalist. My job is to make money. Technology's job is to make me lazy. But right now, my company is over $1 billion. And y'all know me. I let people talk about me. I let people say whatever they had to say. But if you go to my website right now, density6six.com, you can see all 18 government sectors that I operate in right now. I just sent Jacine to where we're doing transparent solar panels in over 50 different applications. One that I'm trying to do right now is create a transparent solar panel to charge the phone to where there's no battery. Skyscrapers, airplanes, everything. And I'm in talks right now with the Department of Defense, which I can't say why. I'm in bidding for $1 billion contract with NASA, and all that's public. So I'm all for AI because I'm one of the people creating it. So the last thing I'll say here is I told everybody what I was going to do. And everything I'm saying is Googleable. You can Google it. You can Google me. At this point, you can Google my net worth. Every single thing I said I was going to do, I knew instantly that if I kept going, there is no more ATS Business University. It's now a division in my company that now has 18 tech divisions, and I'm building each last one of them. Can you share the screen? Like right now, my 2 flagship products, it's 6 of them, but one of them is transparent solar panels, and right now I'm building the chat that y'all about to be and a whole social media that's fully powered. So I don't know where I fit in. I just know that I didn't come here to make $1 billion. I came here to make $1 trillion.
So Antonio,
always had that
question to
mindset.
you.
Yes, sir.
I said to Chris, Chris, did you have your show on Tuesdays? Tuesday when I was on, or what was it? Tuesday or what day was it when we did the church?
It was Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
And I'm putting this back to what, and I'm sure Antonio probably wasn't listening. He probably was busy. And I said to Chris, because Chris he posts what we're gonna talk about before, and they shut him down just that fast. Right, Chris? They shut him down. And
That
I
was
was finna
hilarious.
friend him, but I didn't want them to shut me down too, because that's how I met my. But Antonio, I said to Chris, and I know you was leading down this alley, sound that. When are we gonna create our own real black owned panel? Now I don't even want to say black owned, okay, because I just don't like that. But just because a black man created, it don't have to be called a black man, because you want black money, white money, Chinese money, Nigeria. I don't know about them, but niggas
Just pay me.
pay me. So when are you gonna create? Because I know people like me to use. I hear you. I don't like it. Black owned business, everybody supported it. That's why we fat. We supporting all the chicken shacks, eating the chicken, and we're gonna die before we become successful. I understand what they mean, the black owned, but when you gonna create a network for people? If our president Trump can create his own Truth Social, because they shut him off and took him off Twitter, and when Elon took back over, turned him back on. When they took him off, I said goodbye, and I left Twitter. Now I ain't going back to X yet. I'm going back to X like your ex-wife, your ex. So, Antonio, do you have a plan?
Yes. Right now, me and a team of 4 of my programmers are replacing TikTok with an app called Vibin. That's my daughter in the background.
What's the app called?
Vibin. It's on the back of my watch. VYBN. I may release it in 2 months. Just depends. It's completely done. I'm doing something on the back end right now. It is 100% artificially intelligence driven, 100% organic reach, no paid ads. Therefore, there's no algorithm. Short form video. You post something, it's 100% gives you your audience. You can monetize your audience to 40%. And my daughter don't care nothing about y'all. You can monetize your audience about 40%, paying 40% more than what TikTok, YouTube, and everybody's paying in streaming. I'm building right now I'm talking to I gotta be careful here. Right now I'm talking to 3-letter agencies I'm building something called Burn Chat. Well, I've already built it with quantum encryption, and it completely, like, none of my stuff, all of it's black owned, but none of my stuff keeps data. There's no ads. There's no algorithms. Well, there's algorithms, but not the algorithms that y'all custom do. I'm 100% reversing what Facebook and all of them have done. And it's happening right now. But again, this stuff is Googleable. It's not hard. Like, I'm not making it up. I'm not fronting. It's already there because I made the pivot. I've always been very smart. And the idea of using my genius to get a Facebook like just never really appealed to me. It just using my brilliance to be popular just never appealed to me. Yes, sir.
So let me ask this. Okay. I love everything that you use because you're taking advantage of technology. I would do the exact same damn thing, 100%, because you're taking advantage of AI. I want you in your own words to answer this, and you can go whatever direction you want to. I put it like this. Do you think you would think like this as you have now if you did not go through your past experiences to obtain this knowledge?
No, absolutely not.
On all AI. That's what I'm getting to. But I want you to explain more.
Yeah. No. It was my background that did it. It was my background in watching my grandmother vote and follow the American dream and get fucked over by the government. So that's
still happening.
So the baby boomer generation is the most lied to generation that has ever existed. I mean, just to significantly answer Chris' question and then say something and then go back to answer his question. No, not without a doubt. My kids are little programmers, video games, all sorts of stuff because of that. I just refuse. Like I'm not a voting person, even though I do vote. I wouldn't tell you how to vote. I would tell you to get rich and buy a politician, but I'm a capitalist, so I'm not sure how much you should listen to me. I'm also very conservative, so I'm not sure how much you should listen to me, but there's that. Now, to say something, they told Baker, turn in your gold, got rid of the gold standard, and now we print money in fiat. So money has two purposes on planet Earth. It always has, as a matter of fact, capitalism, a medium of exchange and a storehouse of wealth. It's the only thing money does. So now you have the country that was built on no taxation without representation. So therefore, no central bank whatsoever. Since 1913, we established a central bank, and 100%, you can look this up, have devalued the U.S. dollar over 100,000%.
Yeah.
Now, if the government can print money, period, then there's no reason for the government to charge taxes. Because the whole point of taxes is for the government to make money because they're not allowed to print it. It's supposed to be a scarcity involved, but that is no longer the case. And since that's no longer the case, the government should not be charging its people's taxes due to they can print money anytime. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I agree with Becky here again. They not going to take care of us at all.
We are a product that the American government sells. Antonio, you hit it on the point. Most people are uneducated in these levels. And here's what we don't understand. The minute you come out the womb, you're a commodity to this government. You get a social security card, a birth certificate, and you get a stamp and all this other stuff to validate we got a human, and they borrow money from China and other foreign countries based on the birth certificate. Marina time, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so I hate the fact I wasn't old enough. I couldn't articulate it. I just thought the stuff that's in our pocket, that's paper, it meant a lot. It don't mean nothing. And you said it so well. And Chris, you said it too. The American dollar, I know y'all don't like me, the American dollar did this. It plundered big time under Obama, and it plundered under Joe Biden. And if we do not replace the American dollar, that's why the foreign countries can make our money better than us and replace it back with gold and silver.
Saudi Arabia yesterday is no longer accepting the U.S. dollar for gold. Their 50-year agreement ended, and now there's no gold. I mean, there's no dollar in the oil.
They used to desire our money. Do you remember when y'all was wishing for a black king, and then y'all got a black king, and he became president? Y'all got your black king. But America, Black America, we soon forget. And this, that y'all black king sent while y'all was asleep at clubs, they landed an airplane, I think in Saudi or in Iraq, and they unloaded an airplane with pallets, people, of our money.
Well,
you remember that, President? Now watch this here.
Well,
I remember, but that's blue and red, though.
Well, understand something. It wasn't nothing like you said this so early.
But
the
that's
government can just print. The government, what is the deficit? What is the debt? 43 trillion. What is
something like that? 43
all
trillion.
right. So if we so in debt, just print some money to pay the debt.
Okay, let me say something real quick.
We are owned by China.
And this is all.
And I agree. And people have an issue when I even make that statement. We're owned by China.
And it's the truth.
Go ahead.
Well, let me say this real quick. This is why, like, I was saying earlier, it's important. I'm just gonna phrase in my own words. We need to learn how to play the game. Learn how to play the game.
That's
We
what
all know
Antonio just
AI.
said.
Learn how to play
Yeah.
the game. It is what it is. And if you want to really succeed worldwide, I'm not going to just keep this just America. You got to learn how to play the game, learn the loopholes, learn all the laws, all this information and much more. But tying it back to the subject at hand, that's why I was saying it's important for us to stimulate and train our minds so we can think like this to take advantage of the technology.
Yeah. Jasim, do you mind if I back Chris up and share something on the screen real quick? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right, just for a moment. Listen, man. I don't really. It's a bunch of stuff I would love to say. I really would. I think you got to do. Yeah, there you go. Look, it's a bunch of stuff I would love to say, but right here in the private sector, if you look at that last sentence, I mean that last paragraph, in the private sector, if you want to get with me, raising $100 million right now, as I live and breathe on this podcast, $100 million. In the government sector with this same company, I'm booking $100 million. You can stop the screen. You can stop the screen. You can stop the screen like 100%. So when Chris say, yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree. I also would like to gently add to that, if Black people don't get behind technology, it's the very technology that's going to keep Black people poor. Because if they fire 3 white people, they fire 12 of y'all.
Let me say something real quick. I think I'm going to add lift and throw you alley-oop. And I think the problem is that because we're so used to being tied to, I'm going to piss people out, whatever, religious constructs and at times culture that doesn't allow us to think and progress as we should, because we're so used to being stuck in the past. And we're just used to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, damn, it is broke. And we're losing tremendously behind a lot of people behind that.
I can't add to that. I mean, I can catch your alley, but I agree.
I'll be honest with you that Donald Baker does not take a bath in culture.
Yeah.
Period. Capuche. Okay? This culture has some good and some bad. And this new generation that's coming along that's taking advantage of certain things. And I don't know why that Black America, y'all keep forgetting certain things that AI didn't do. AI had nothing to do. Now, don't cut me off, Josh. You ain't even talking about this some technical issue. I know your game. I'm gonna get my lawyers on you. Okay. AI didn't have nothing to do with the knee being on the neck of George Floyd. I know it's quiet.
No,
AI
you got a
had
point.
nothing to do with Trayvon Martin, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
being shot. All right. Our children are learning culture instead of being a capitalist. Their mama. I know they're gonna be busy.
You want to know
No,
why?
I agree.
Because they preach
no, don't do me.
No, I'm giving you alley. I'm giving you alley real quick.
Yeah.
Let me give you alley real quick.
AI ain't do a damn thing.
Ray I'm giving you alley, Baker. Let me give you alley.
Go ahead.
Because in our culture, they strongly go against capitalism or that kind of, because they want to make you feel guilty. Let's not even lie. Anytime you talk to any people in our, especially in our community, and if it talks about wealth, getting ahead, there's a frown upon real quick. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I do. It's crabs in the bucket mentality, because it's been taught to us. I don't even want to go on the subject, but you get what I'm going at.
You want me to tell you something? And I don't care if y'all don't have me no more. I create my own because I'm creative. I know how to create my own space. I can get my own show in technology, and I can become what Donald Baker say. And I'm going to tell you this tonight. The average Black mother between the ages of 20 and 45, and most of them have 2 or 3 Black boys running the streets, gang banging, That ain't AI.
That's true.
That's NI. GG. ER. But the minute he pulled that pistol on that cop, the cop have every right to drop him like he got a potato out the oven that was too hot to handle. No, hold
So
on.
valid. Go ahead.
But I believe now, and see, we so weak to the liberal media when there are more whites shot by cops on a daily basis. That ain't AI.
That's true.
Now wait,
No,
but
I'm
the minute
agreeing
a
with
black kid gets shot, you get that bad talking and that slick hair. I know, Antonio, I know you love Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, but they are nothing more than pimps. Stop calling them people when Lil Ray Ray robbed the subway, and you know Ray Ray dead now, he's wrong, and he shot that just like that woman got on there with the news, and the cops shot the vehicle up because the guy pulled the gun. I'd have shot it up too. Oh Lord, oh, he was a good kid. Oh, he was there. Oh, mama, that nigga had a gun shooting at the police. Here's my point on that. Okay? This is rough. This way y'all ain't gonna have me no more. You half called me. I believe that the average black mother, and I'm gonna say it, between the ages of 25 and 45, they got a little Ray Ray, a little Nookie, Pookie, a Boo Boo, little Boo Boo. You know little Boo Boo steal it, and you ain't checking him because you don't have AI. Why he coming with, where you get those tennis shoes from, Boo Boo, and stuff. But guess what? I believe every mother at that age group look at that little black child, that black baby boy, as a meal ticket out the ghetto. And she probably sitting her stinking tail there with that stinking bob thing on her head, what they wear, the little, what they call them, Antonio, come on, don't be scared. What they call them Captain women be wearing. You see them in the grocery store in them.
Oh, them
Bonnets. Bonnets, house slippers, walking through, and they be walking and
clapping.
She know Ray Ray dangerous. She can't handle him. And he becomes a paycheck. And she thinking one day he gonna get killed, and I'm gonna call Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, and the rest of those gangsters and thugs. But guess what? You don't want them to have access to AI so they can become become creative, makes magic with AI. AI didn't show up yesterday. It's been here forever. You get your food stamps. You don't get them in the book no more. You get your little child support. You don't get a check. You get it on a call.
EBT.
Artificial. Listen.
That part.
Y'all, I hope y'all know this. When you're filling out an application for credit, ain't no human sitting in the back office filling that out for you. That's AI, and AI responds
when you send in your resume for a job as
Yeah,
well.
it's an ATM.
Oh yeah. So if you don't know how to master the master, you can always get whipped with the whip. Talk, Baker.
Man, listen up.
That's why y'all let me
Josh
hold it in, Spontaneous. People, this is why I tell you, you don't get this kind of information other than in the trenches. Now, y'all listening to all these other housewives, hoe wives, and stuff.
Did you just say, oh, no, we're not just going to bypass that.
We need to get some money. We need y'all to go in and support Antonio, support Joshim in the trenches. Y'all go out there and spend $75 for a lick. Give us a lick of $15 of a subscription a month and stuff. Ain't nobody, no, this is why. Because you bringing people on who could be with his family, all of us, for that sake, with our family, but we out here giving stuff.
Antonio is with his family, and he's spending time right now
with us to get on the show. you black people and white people, we like all the money is stuff. When I see money, it's like blood. Blood is red, money is green. Niggas are black and whites are white. We need your money. We need help. We need to update.
Yes.
Spontaneous Queen, her internet is keep going in and out,
Stop.
in and out.
Stop.
We want to help support her. She's a
So
frequent
won't you
guest.
support it?
Well, we're trying to get these people out here to give some money. $14, $15 for a subscription, 3 months. If I can get 50 people to subscribe and just work with us, we probably can get this new technology we need of equipment. Because y'all ain't giving no money. But you're getting some good.
Don't want to give.
You just heard Antonio. And you know you want a job, but you're scared of AI. He's a man. I would hire you, but I don't trust you. You got to lock everything up, put everything electronic. Don't take no cash because you know y'all going to get tempted and steal.
Yeah.
And we need to hear this, and we need to be real. And if we're going to be effective, and we're going to be valuable, and we're going to be movers and shakers and capitalists in our community, we got to look from both ends. And when you go to sleep at night, shut your eyes, but open them. Because ain't nobody nowadays giving you nothing. Create your own space. And then invite us into your space to make it better with all this technology savvy people out here. Who would ever think we would be able to sit here and dialogue like this? We didn't get this. We would sit at home and watch them devils, CNN. That's where you get it. And you get tired of that. But here you get the dialogue. And not only that, you get to interact. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you get employed. Because we want you to work for us. But you ain't going to come over here snapping and popping your head and chewing that gum like that. We ain't going to have that.
And rolling them eyes.
I don't like them big eyes. I'm sick of them women with. Don't let me go there. But what I'm saying is spontaneous. Seriously, I was just making a joke with you, just to bring in that commercial. Please go just scrolling below. Just click on the link. You know, your light bill past due anyway. You might well give $15. God might bless you. Yeah, go on do it and say, hey, I'm sewing into this. It sounds like a preach. I'm sewing into this. I'm put some money. Antonio, come on back me up. Hit that off. But go ahead, spontaneous. I just needed to get some money because your internet is not. It
ain't the best today. It's poor today.
If you don't mind, who do you use?
I give you that today.
Who do you use?
It's Xfinity.
They good.
They lied.
You need to go to ATS. They got one coming out. Hell, they're speaking in existence. I use them because I like the security. I got them, and they ain't blinking me. That little circle ain't coming, and like you fell out. But I was just trying to help you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But go ahead and make your statement.
I agree with what you guys are saying. And I understand, like, oh, AI is taking this, AI is doing this. But for me, my daughter, she got to experience both worlds. And what I say and what I mean about that is she got to be in the school system. She got to be in the charter school system. She's seen both sides of the curriculum. So now I have the opportunity of homeschooling my daughter. I have my own school. She's the only student right now. But guess what? I am depending on the AI curriculum.
Well, let me help you with something. Listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. She has, Antonio, help me with this. She has experienced, she said, her daughter, public and charter. The third option now is homeschool. Now listen to this this is why I say go in the trenches, black people. Shoot, I'm gonna go get mad if we don't somebody help them.
And
I'm gonna call y'all.
I'm watching and monitoring.
Now look, now watch this. She said the third option is homeschool. Well, let me explain something to you. The charters here in the state of Texas, and I'm glad to be born in Texas.
Me too.
The government need to take the money they was given to these bogus school systems and put that money in your pocket to help you educate your own daughter and build a room out. You already got one in your place and it becomes a school. And get a charter voucher and form your LLC corporation and call it Lily in the Valley. There's a lily in the valley and it's bright as a morning star. Oh,
That's a
there's
good idea,
lily
though.
in the valley and it's bright. That's a story. That's how they tell the story. And educate. They need to compensate you for doing what them thugs and them rapers and child molesters are doing in our school system. Do your homework.
Oh, that's good right
Do your
there.
homework. Fort Bend, HISD, and the damn boy, the world is bad. Go to Acts chapter 17, people, 6 and 8. World has been turned upside down. You got the damn gang warden and been raping boys. Y'all ain't watching. See, that's the problem. It's the problem. Y'all watching Chris Brown get stuck in the road,
Man.
and y'all watching Lil Red. Bend over, let your coochie breathe. Bend
There you go,
over,
damn
let
Lil
your
Red.
coochie breathe. Drop it like a I ain't looking for nothing. I ain't looking for nothing. I took a plan B. Plan B. What the hell? I had to figure out the plan B. That means you knew my dough. You knew in my dough, and I take a plan B.
Well, yeah.
But guess what, baby?
But our children is subject to this, and they learn it from the school system. Cause little Johnny goes to the HISD school. Little Johnny hear Boo Boo say, "Listen to this song," and then little Johnny go, "Mama, what's a plan B?" You shocked because you ain't teaching that dumb stuff. But they learn immorality, provocativeness, filth, and not only that. The teachers that's teaching our children, they just allowed one school, I think here in Texas, to ban certain books that need to be banned. If you want to know why two men need to be hooked up together, then you need to go down on Richmond to Bazaar Time stores and all these other freak stores in town. It don't need to be taught in your school system. If you're going to teach it in your school, then you need to teach it in your church. And I guarantee you're going to be empty than what you is. People want you to stand up and tell the truth. Now, if you want to be a freak like that and all that stuff and peeing on your feet and all that, then do that in private.
This guy right here.
That's your private life. But your public life, when you standing up before my kid, I don't need my kid braiding your hair. You're a freak. I know freaks. If I don't know nothing else, I
agree with that too. I'll just say, like,
freaks.
they're also taking away textbooks that would actually.
You better wake up, people. We making it comical, but we telling the truth, and you ain't gonna hear this. The biggest scam in this city right now going today is HISD.
But let me on to that. But they're also taking away textbook with actual valuable information as well. And you know,
Chris,
from purposely taking those textbooks and using that to do so. They purposely.
Then we need more AI book writers.
Because you keep seeing the history in this. For me, I let my daughter pick a curriculum, right? She don't have to worry about the different teachers' attitude.
Write your own. You are one. Listen, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to hog the show. Antonio, help me with this. Spontaneous. You're one intelligent woman, and I ain't gonna say black. You're one intelligent woman. Write your own curriculum and get it certified, and then people gonna start using your curriculum. What you use to make your child become a doctor, rich, intellectually rich, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
See, the America today is intellectually poor by high education. Now you need to be intellectually rich with AI. I'll stop.
I agree with you.
Let me share a secret. I told the church folks this.
It was based.
Church people losing money right here.
Well, okay.
This new generation does not come to church. Old, decrepit people like us like to assemble. This new generation likes to connect. I think on your show I talked to it, Chris. So you can have 100 in your church on a Sunday morning, and I'm serious, and 100,000 on the internet connect. You will pick up $500 on a Sunday with that 100 people, and probably 200,000 or 100,000. Because you ask for $1, you ain't doing time. You need to understand that shift. Do you understand it? We're looking for people to show up. They will online. I'm getting tired of taking a bath on Sunday mornings early going to church. Especially if I've been in the valley. There's a lady in the valley and it's bright in the morning star. We need to learn and quit trying to marry culture. To hell with culture. Create, this is good. Create your own space. Now, we lust, and I know Antonio history, and I know members across the country connected with it. They lust after his knowledge. They lust after his wealth.
He's knowledgeable.
They lust after his intelligence. But the minute you say, in order to understand why I think like this, you got to free me up by supporting what I do. To think. Same with you, Chris. Same with you, Joshua. Same with you, Spontaneous, and me as well. They lust after the intelligence, but they don't want to put the work in. Cool. I did it, but pay me for what I know. Look, they probably watch it because I can't see that. I was on a show with nothing but the women, and because I said,
"Oh Lord, we're gonna bring this episode up."
Okay. Well, that woman asked me to come be a guest, and she's been running now. I wanted her to come over here. I ain't gonna be mean, but I'm sick of all these self-ordained apostles and titles of women. That's different. I'd rather listen to AI preach to me than some of you wig-wearing women that's masculine, don't have no husband. You want to lead a flock of people and you can't control boo-boo at home. You don't even cook for him.
All the hate meal to Baker.
And not to me, send it to the show, Joshine.
Man.
But, Antonio, you need to tell these people, we need to wake up. Damn culture. Now, your mama, if you're talking about me, people. Damn culture. Culture doesn't stand for me.
I'm about to get suspended again.
I'm gonna make you because you wouldn't do that. Damn culture. And I tell you something else that really gonna make you get suspended. Most of the intelligent people we're listening to here tonight, including yours only, we don't care for all that culture stuff. We ain't sucking on neck bones and oxtails and all that stuff. We get books.
Like Antonio got something to say.
We
read. I got like
we
19
read.
things to say. I've eaten all of them.
Ooh. Yeah. Let's go ahead here what Spontaneous did Antonio.
Yeah, I agree with you, Baker, about the curriculum. So this is what I did. I watched my daughter when she was in private school. So I took my daughter out of private school and I did it myself because it was much cheaper. And guess what? Nobody don't know our kids better than we know our kids, right? So what I did is, okay, I see her interests. Instead of her being in school all day, I cut the time shorter.
All day long.
And guess what? Her grades went all like this.
I'm glad you said that because that's the biggest problem with public schools. They don't forward towards our interests, our kids' interests.
And Chris, listen to what she just said. Antonio, help us. They lock your children up for 7 hours a day. That's too much time.
So guess what?
For nothing.
Now it's summertime for the other kids. Guess what? I gave my daughter the option. Do she want to work on her schoolwork earlier?
Let her mind take a break.
Or does she want to take a break? Guess what? She want to take a break. So I gave
mental
her
health is real.
Do she want to work on it Monday through Thursday or work on it 2 days a week?
Let
And by
AI
her
do
working
it.
on those work 2 days a week, it is passing other kids already.
That's beautiful.
Because I added the kid. She's a gamer. She's an author. And guess what? Now I get to influence my own daughter. I get to customize her curriculum based on her interests. And if I see that don't work, I can always switch it. I don't need
When
permission to switch it.
how old do you have to be now?
And
'Cause I got old
HISD
to
will
be in the
hate you for
4th
that.
grade.
I
How old do you have
applaud
to be in the
you.
4th grade?
9 if you're born in the summer, something like
9.
that.
Okay, I have a 4th grader, friend of mine, daughter. I mean, she would wax all of us with intelligence. And it's like she's been here 3 generations and reading on a 12th grade level when most of us can't read on a 10th grade level. What did that to that child that's only 7 years old, 8 years old, rather? What did that? Artificial intelligence. Create a curriculum and tell artificial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. Chris is a very intelligent individual too, diverse. He's not to the far to the left and not far to the right. I like that. Antonio said it tonight in his own word. He ain't far left.
I'm very
sure.
conservative. I'm extremely conservative.
All right, I was going.
I'm
I'm
extremely.
now I normally don't get no support on that, and maybe we need to do a show. What is conservative? All right, and what is liberal, and what is politician? Who is this man that just
Somebody
said something?
saying,
Because I cuss
I
him
agree
out.
and disagree with you.
Hey, you gotta
Who's
let
that?
it come and go ahead and read it. Read it.
Once someone starts making a personal AI teachers that customize their homework based on their previous schoolwork will take over teachers.
I buy that, and it needs to happen. But don't put that old culture in it. Who is that?
Mystery Publishing Inc.
It was an intelligent. It was an intelligent comment.
It very was, sir. Very well taken. So, spontaneous, and Chris, you in the education field, is listen. I just don't trust the process in the system. So, and I'll stop. I quit. You can cut me off. The most intelligent.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in and say this.
No.
Let me say this and then I'll let Tony. No. Let me say this and then let Tony speak. What a lot of people don't see, and because I'm in and out, and I'm gonna speak on this, is a lot of staff don't like how the system is forcing them to teach certain curriculum. Like a lot of the things that we're talking.
Go get another job.
Well, he's talking. I'm assuming he's talking about standardized testing.
Let me finish, Baker. They would love to teach in other alternative ways that actually aid and actually support, and probably even go into the ways that Spontaneous Queen has pretty much did in the homeschooling. Would love to do, but I'm just saying, like with the system that's in place, and I'm not talking about the staff, it forces them to teach that way, and they can't stand it. And that's what's going on in a cycle on and on that we're talking about right now. But don't pretty much hit all the educators, because I'm telling you right now, there's educators that are agreeing with you right now, but it's enforced, because if they teach outside of that, they're going to lose their job.
Well, I normally don't say this, but I'll let y'all know. I have one of the most intelligent, very articulate, could speak well, and don't take no mess, a daughter that's been teaching for many years. All right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, because she's a school teacher, and most school teachers have a tendency to be more liberal. Back in the day when we were coming up, the school teacher was the teacher, was the disciplinary, if you were hungry, they feed you. And everything. And if you don't like it, go do something else. School teachers are underpaid for all the work they do. They used to send us to school not to learn, but give us something to do while mama go to work, and it became a glorified daycare.
Yeah.
And if you were bad, you were chunked in a room in timeout.
Mhm.
Okay, and people don't realize that. And nowadays, it frustrates the teachers, and they there. It's a video out. One guy stood up and told the teacher, "You need to teach these children something instead of coming here and throwing out these manuals and just thinking, teach them something so they can get themselves something." The boy told him.
Yeah. I
And
remember
what
that
we
video.
don't understand is this. Spontaneous, you would do 200% better in doing than the average student. When the pandemic came out, we started teaching little boo-boo them from home. And boo-boo them, we got phones, and the government gave boo-boo them free laptops. And then boo-boo them forgot it was for COVID. And boo-boo them started playing games and stuff, and it took off all the books on them. You have to understand the dynamics of how things operate. They don't care about you. We just said it. It's capitalism. It's money.
I agree with that. Now let me ask something. I'm
Oh,
gonna give
wait,
my rose too.
Well, before
Real
that,
quick.
we gotta get Antonio because he's been sitting for a minute.
He chomping
I
at the
don't
bit.
mind. I don't mind. I'm not offended or nothing. It's cool. I don't mind. I got. Anyway, go ahead, Chris. I mean,
Yeah,
assuming
'cause
you're
I-
okay with that, Jasim, I'm okay.
Go ahead.
Only reason I want to do this because I feel like it's important with all this is like Spontaneous Queen is doing something that we need more of our parents to do, is to be involved in their education. Because you have a lot of parents that are not doing that. That's all I'm about to say.
Yeah, I concur with that. Go ahead,
How do you
Antonio.
want them to get involved? Tell me that.
But it
No,
only
I'm not-
it only got that far because my daughter flunked a grade, and I seen what it did to her self-esteem. I seen that we was living in Houston at a charter school where she was learning Spanish and Chinese. Then we moved to Dallas, and when it was only being taught STEM, so the curriculum was different. So they had no choice but to put her back a grade because she didn't know the curriculum. So that's why I'm so passionate about. Because by me putting her in private school, it boosted her up so much. It boosted her up so much. And guess what? All the things that she thought she didn't know, she gained it back faster. And now she had the option if she want to graduate early, if she want to go to college, or right now I'm not even pushing college actually, or if she want to create her own business. I'm teaching
Don't
life
stress
skills
your
at the
baby with that.
house.
If they want her, let them pay for her. You get my drift?
Yeah, of course.
Now all these other the dominant culture kids are getting scholarships and a free ride with a C average. That's a bunch of bull crap. It's crooked. Go ahead on, Antonio.
Oh,
You
I
can't
don't
take
know
your
what to-
money and give
I
it to
got
them.
plenty to say, but I don't know where to. Let me just
cuss them
let me
all
just
out.
say this real quick.
He thinks
I am ultra conservative, but I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't agree with both parties can do whatever they want to do. To me,
Right.
It doesn't matter to me because I don't like neither one of them.
Right.
Just period, point blank. I don't like neither one of them. If you define my political stance, I'm more accurately a paleo conservative. So I'm more but no bacon. So I'm super right. I'm super right. I'm not just right. I'm super right. But I don't agree with the right or the left. I don't agree with politicians solving problems. When your computer breaks down, you never ask for a politician. So like that, this doesn't make any sense. Like if when your internet cuts out, you don't ask for a nobody ever said, "Who can I get a poli-sci major to fix the plumbing?" Nobody ever did that, right? So I just don't agree with some stuff. But that makes me a free thinker. That's why I'm conservative. I remember when Arshia was going to do the homeschooling, and obviously she did. I thank God for homeschool. I've been homeschooling my kids for 12 years or something like that. My son is going pro in basketball in 2 months. So he is, and that's because of homeschool. Like, it's because of homeschool. He's
That's
50
what I'm
years
saying.
old.
Yep.
Yeah, he's 15 years old, and then everybody's moving to Spain to further he's turning pro. He'll be like Luka Doncic. He'll be pro for years before he's trying to go to the league, and that opportunity is there because of that. I got two things, and then I'll pass them. Just they were just glaring when y'all were talking. For one, there would be a lot less single. Okay, and this
Go
is
ahead.
Go ahead. You holding
Just
back.
say
You
it.
trying to hold back.
This is an inflammatory statement that y'all not gonna like. It is in one of my upcoming books, but I won't promote it. But there would be a lot less single parents. There would be a lot less single mothers if the government did not give assistance.
I agree.
Period.
I'm about to steal that clip.
Yeah.
Run it back.
If the government did not give out assistance, there would be a lot less.
Now,
single
I've been saying that for years.
it just is what it is, right? But of course, that's my conservatism. I know I just offended somebody. However, it's not my attempt to offend or be conservative. It is my attempt to. I appreciate you, Mr. Republican. It's my attempt to reconcile that we are just at war with one another, black, white, Jew, or Gentile, but especially in the black community.
Yeah.
Does the black woman compete with the black man and vice versa, right? Vice versa, right? And vice versa. That's the one thing I want. That's one thing I wanted to say. The second thing I want to say is, Chris mentioned this earlier, and we crab in the bucket mentality. Here's my free thinking again. There's the natural habitat for a crab is not the bucket. Somebody is controlling the situation and putting the bucket and putting the crabs in there, and then convincing us that we acting like crabs in the bucket. That ain't our natural habitat. So therefore, that shouldn't even be said. But I'm not saying the young king, who looks very good, by the way, Chris, you look very good. So do you, Archie. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying, pushing it further, somebody's controlling that situation.
It's like the behind scene hand kind of thing. I
There's
agree.
no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Because, and I'll just say this, and I'm gonna be very nice here because y'all know people. I told everybody what I was gonna do. I did everything. I opened doors. I did all this stuff, and switching and becoming what hard work allowed me to become. There's always bumps, and there's always months of instability. There's stuff like this, and if I tell you, I heard everything they ever said. I know people who went out their way to call people just to say, this person's doing this and this person. And the crazy thing is, those people that call, situation ain't never changed. The people that they influence, situation ain't never changed. And I said nothing. I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm trying to make it about this one point, that y'all see somebody doing something and you let white folks struggle with no problem. You let white folk go through the ups and Snapchat to this day has never recorded a profit. To this day, every food app that's DoorDash never recorded a profit. Not one time ever recorded a profit. Netflix right now is $36 billion in debt and will cut you off for $9.99.
Yeah, that's true.
So we let white people struggle with their companies and still believe. But then when Arshia has a company, the moment she struggled, when Baker has a company, the moment he struggled, he's a fraud. Now we got to pick up the phone, and then we got to call everybody and say, and then we got to talk behind back. So that's the second thing I want to say, that y'all need to, your eyes, I mean, the general public,
Right.
your eyes need to start recognizing what success is. Success is not comfort. There's nothing about success that is comfortable. Success, when you see somebody willing to risk their life, risk their family, risk their reputation, risk whatever. If you want to be successful, every single thing that you want can't exist because it's success or not. You don't get to become LeBron James and go out to the club. It's one or the other. There is no balance. Last thing I'll say, if I am being a great CEO, I'm being a terrible father. If I'm being a great father, I'm being a terrible CEO. No matter where I am, if I am in that place, I am doing great. I am excelling. But every other area of my life is failing. And that is success. And the more y'all don't recognize that, it's the more you run your mouth. And now the very people you had access to, you can't, because you already have exposed yourself.
Mhm.
You already exposed yourself. And so people like me, they're not going to say nothing. They're going to absolutely know what you did. And now when you reach out, it's just a short message. Has nothing to do with ego, has everything to do with you had an opportunity and you missed that opportunity because wealthy people are always wealthy before they get the money. You don't become wealthy when you get wealthy. It's always when you're broke and the struggle is real, that mindset. You get the $3 billion before you ever become a billionaire.
Mhm.
So that's the two things I wanted to say.
All right. Well, yeah. Oh, that was deep. But we about to
I
get
came
ready to
from the
close.
bottom, now I'm on the top. I came from the bottom, now I'm on the top. My
Oh,
vision
Lord.
started in my brain. My money is in my brain. I don't search money. Money find me. Thank you, Antonio. People miss that.
Yes, sir.
But see, they're going to go over to Sugar Papa tonight and listen to some bull crap and all this information that has been poured out spontaneous. You have to be encouraged. That was for you. No matter how hard it get and difficult it get, keep on. Can I give one little, y'all know I come from the preacher background. I sent Jashim so many. Can you put it on the screen? You put Antonio stuff on the screen. Put some stuff I showed them. Now, just tell me what kind of nigga stuff that's gonna be. You can't do it, or can you do it? Now, I got to talk
Lord
that
have
good.
mercy.
What is it you speaking about specifically?
Where I was at today to fishing because I want to tell a story.
Oh, you want to tell a story?
So I went with a couple of attorneys and they sponsored me, took me, whatever you want to call it. Nope, no deep sea fishing. First time in my life I ever caught a fish. First one I caught was about the size of my arm. I learned there's two different types of catfish. But at one point, I dropped because we wasn't doing this. We just so far out in the deep, you drop. Young man, I got it, said, you got something on there. He said, bend it down, pull it up. Bend it down, reel it in, and pull it up. Then it started fighting me. I told him I ain't broke a sweat like this until I was doing some other kind of stuff. I was sweating. And it was probably 15-pound red gold with gold, looked like gold. It's gold, red snapper. He's half of me standing up. But I was hollering, young blood, you could come bring it in. And the deck and the captain said, no. This is a dominant coach. No, don't help him. You're going to bring this one up yourself. You're going to get credit for this yourself. Mm-hmm. I looked at him and I started doing it in my mind. And when the gift come out, I went crazy, but I was already crazy when the gift was halfway out. That big joker started moving, swung under the boat and tried to take me. Not today. That's how we have to view issues that we're challenged with on a daily basis. It's up to me to bring this out. I'm getting this one out of the water. And you need people, spontaneous, even Antonio, Chris, Joshua, and myself. We need each other to be each other's cheerleader. You can do it, Baker. Baker, you already with spontaneous. You can do it. Create the curriculum and train people how to create their own curriculum or yours and teach their kids in their home and get paid. Go spontaneous, go. Them people was hollering, get it, Baker. Come on, you're going to do this. Pull that. Do you understand? We have to be careful of who we connect with because they don't want us to get up at the top of the ladder before them. They don't tell you they like your idea because it's theirs. It's two. Antonio said something so well. And we need to get that. The old poet Kierkegaard wrote and said, if I was a doctor, he said, I would write a prescription and it would be a prescription for silence. Unquote. If I was a doctor, I would write a prescription. Donald Baker. Be careful who you let in your circle and tell your visions to. Read your Bible. There's dream killers. Because God has blessed us. People don't like us. They don't even know us. But they don't like what we are doing. And then we put ourselves in this situation where we got to do what they say, dumb it down. Antonio can't show his true wealth because they will come after him. That goes for all of us. Mm-hmm. They'll holler you raped him and you looked at him. And they'll sue you. And in civil litigation, it's all about the money. And you got to balance. I ain't touched this old ugly woman. But I better pay her this $30,000 so she can get a quick come up. Now I'm fighting everything. I'm fighting. Don't think this is what I'm saying about me, because I fight everything. I break you in litigation. You better tell him, Joshine.
Yeah, that you will. You will.
I'm coming after you, and I got some of the best. You ain't gonna just take me for granted.
You take your draws too, right off.
I'm telling you, when I get through with you, you wish you never saw me, nigga. A white man, I didn't mean to say that, because edit that out. A black person or whatever. Because we work too hard for what we got. Our sister here, listen. What Antonio just said. Be a billionaire before you become a billionaire. You know where he got that from? You know why it sounds good to us? It's because it's Bible and it's true. This been In the Trenches. I'm glad to be here as always. Peace and blessings. And I'm going to go get in trouble.
Oh, no. Before we go, the one and only Antonio T. Smith Jr., go ahead and let the people that are watching and listening know how they can reach you. And also, too, make sure that you let them know about this newly released book that you have out that's hot on the press. That's one of the best-selling books.
Yeah, so I released 4 books all at the same time on May 25th. Yeah, May 25th, of a 3-book trilogy called Vegetation Wars. It's fiction. And I released Resegregation Part 2, all of them bestsellers, but Resegregation Part 2, and you can see me and Dr. George Fraser talking about it online and stuff like that. And it's part of a 3-volume series. The Part 3 comes out December 21st. And it has been quoted as the collection of the Black struggle, problem, solution. And Part 1, I interacted with 1,400 different sources. So, that's footnotes.
Mhm.
and then in part 2, something like 475. And yeah, so those are both of the books. I mean, how to reach out to me, just go to the comments of the In the Trenches podcast, and then ask for Jasim or Baker, and then establish a relationship with them. And then after you do that, they'll give you contact to me. That's what I would say.
All right. What about you, Spontaneous Queen?
All right, this has been a good show, y'all. Very educational. You can reach me at all platforms at spontaneousqueen.com. And while you're there, you're going to go there anyway. Go to the link in the bio and get your free quiz so you can get a GPS system on who you are as a queen. And so you can connect back to yourself. Okay?
All right. And your boy, Chris, how they can reach you?
You can find me on my web. I knew that was coming. You can find me on our website at soulproductions.biz, or you can catch me on social medias at @chomes_ on Twitter, Instagram, other platforms as well. And you can also check out my other platform where I have the one known as Sim on either Next Level Thinking or Street Topics, where we like to keep it raw and straight to the point, where we hold no holds barred, and just pretty much go straight in and hit all the things that you want to and more from the barbershop and on. So that's where you can find me on those.
All right. So as you know, thank y'all. Y'all could have been at any other place, but you stopped at In the Trenches to enjoy, to laugh, to learn, to grow. As what we always do, we are real and raw, but our biggest thing is to bring light into darkness, into your life for knowledge. This is your boy, Jasim. As they always say, don't be bitter, be better. And as my boy ATS himself says, execute. Peace out.
You've been listening to In the Trenches. Real, raw, plain speak without all the political correctness. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, reach out to TS&F Consultant and Management on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So long for now from In the Trenches.